Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Oh, no one watching. Oof. Oh, okay. I'll try turning it down. Oh. Hmm. Is that better? All right. Let's go then. Hmm. What country to play? Oh no. Oh, okay, I guess this works. Yeah. See, just played America. Probably not do that again. Trade Austria game. They're fine, I guess. That's not good. Oh, okay. Wait. What? Oh. That is not. I did not want to. I did not mean to click the Union of Britain. Awkward. do this then. There we go. Oh, everything.
Befehle!
Those Austrian boys. It's problematic if I want to windowed mode. I have to do that.
Befehle! Bereit zum Ausrücken! Bereit! Ihre Befehle?
Alright, let's look at these guys. Artillery and... Ooh, that's not good.
Zuhören! Bereit!
Alright, let's do all this stuff. These guys. It's nice having 4 research slots because I can actually do something else other than normal ones. Yeah, this is a World War II game, basically. This is an alternate history scenario, though, where Germany won the First World War. But yeah, I would say that's a good description of it. There's not much other. There's not much other than war to this game. No subtle politics. Not like Civ. In Civ, you gotta like actually focus on other stuff too.
Zuhören! Angetreten!
These guys. They're not much good for fighting because they're division-wise, so I'll probably just put them in some garrison duty.
Achtung! Befehle! Ihre
And
Befehle?
these guys, I'll probably make an actual army out of these. Oh, alright.
Angetreten! Bereit?
You guys. We are Austria. We got a lot of mountains. So,
Ihre Befehle?
yeah, they're not really useful for anything, though, are they? Because other countries don't have mountains. It's just us. No, there's no Switzerland. Yeah, we don't do it with Switzerland. So the deal with Austria in this scenario is that even though they were on the winning side of the First World War, they were already kind of in bad shape. So their empire is not broken apart, but they had to make concessions to their territories within the, like, Bohemia and stuff, so they became a lot more autonomous. They're still part of the empire, kind of, and there was some sort of fight with Hungary. They're extra autonomous, which, I mean, that's the reason it was Austria-Hungary in the first place. It's because the Hungarians want better representation, which is, I mean, they're bigger than Austria proper, so yeah, you kind of they kind of had to give it to them. And in Kaiserreich, the Austria's whole deal is they gotta prevent their empire from just completely falling apart. There's this, like, every whatever number of years they have this conference where they just have representatives from all over the empire come to Vienna or whatever and try and prevent the empire from exploding. I've done this before, so I kind of know what to expect. Although unless they got updated in the last update. But yeah, it should be fun. And now Hungary is part of my empire, but I'm gonna be putting troops on their border, and you'll see why later. Yeah, because the war, there won't be any wars anytime soon, so we can go up to full speed. When you're fighting actual wars, you want to slow down a bit, though. How are we doing factory-wise? Not great, so I probably shouldn't be. I'm gonna have to go with it resources a bit. I like to alternate military and civilian factories, because it's I don't know, it's nice just to have both about, like, building at the same speed rather than having to wait for, like, one to be finished and the other to you know get finished. We have to wait for it to do one and then do the other later. That's tiresome. I don't want to deal with that. And because these are my puppet states, I can build on them too, and it reduces their autonomy. And you know, in a normal game, you do that so you could eventually just annex them into your country. But I don't think I'll need to do that. I think I can do that with events anyway. Yeah. Oil's always a pain to get. Romania's got oil though. Oh, hello. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, despite standing amongst the victors of the Weltkrieg, the war revealed the divisions of culture, class, and ideology within the empire ever so clearly, and the interest continues as the war ended. Kaiser Karl, following the footsteps of the assassinated Franz Ferdinand and trying to reform the multinational Austro-Hungarian Empire into something that could survive in the 20th century, launched a series of large-scale reforms. However, his efforts were largely blocked by nobility of the Hungarian side of the empire, leading to his plan of federalization progressing only slowly, and only on the Lithuanian side of the empire. That's a fun word. However, many feel there is hope for Austria. The last decades were hard on the empire, but the effort has started paying off. Silesian Austria, now a federation state, has calmed down. The same cannot be said for Transylvania. It is, however, unlikely that the Carpathian Basin will continue to remain in Magyar hands, since Hungary's people have been gazing upon the liberties across the Litha, wishing to have such autonomy for themselves. Whether reforms will be able to find its way to Hungary, only the Kaiser knows for sure. Yes. So, that's, yeah, that's where we're at right now. Yeah, there's, the oil hadn't actually been found in the Middle East yet, so people didn't know they could do that. Well, there's a little bit of oil, but the Saudi the oil discovery of oil in Saudi Arabia, that was a later thing. So right now all the oil is in, well, they got this oil here, a lot of oil from Romania, stuff like that. Ukraine, the Caucasus, that's where everyone got their oil from back then. Ooh, this is fun. I don't know about that. Yikes. A bit third position. Not a fan of third position, I must say. Ooh. Anyway, but yeah, so these guys are like the Marxist Leninists of this timeline, but it's like Marxist Leninism and third position. It's a umbrella term, but they're the more authoritarian stuff, while syndicalism, which is sort of the normal socialism in this timeline, is a lot more libertarian. The smaller government stuff, it's what they got going over here and here. After the First World War, I don't know what the deal was with France exactly, but I know that the UK signed a treaty with Germany that they got to keep all their colonies, but they had to pay them huge reparations. So it was actually not as bad as the Treaty of Versailles, but the reparations were just so huge that they collapsed into civil war, which is why, and the syndicalists took power, and the royal family fled to Canada, actually, so they got King Edward VIII over here in Canada. He's not too happy about that. He'll probably try and do something about that when World War II gets kicked off, or the Second Weltkrieg. Ireland broke free. That's nice. Like completely, not even Northern Ireland, because it wasn't like the negotiated thing like it happened in real life. Instead, they just broke free. Same with Britain's African colonies. They all became independent, like Egypt, and then the Germans took some of them when they made it into this big thing with Goering over here. He's obviously, I don't know if he's less evil in this timeline or something, but he's just sort of a generic colonial guy. His dad apparently had previously had a administrative position in the German colonies, so that's why it makes sense for him to be there. And he was apparently good at flying a plane in the First World War, even if he wasn't so good at commanding planes in the second one. Anyway, but back to Austria. Oh yeah. Just like in real life, George V just died. Rip. Let's see. What else? Oh, sorry, you can't read the newspaper. That's, I this is my first stream, so I don't really know what I'm doing. something here. Oh. Might do something with that later. Huh. Oh. No profit from the legation cities. That is a shame. So, the legation cities are like these port cities in the coast of China that they were from the, I think they were taken from China in like the Boxer Rebellion or whatever. Or no, it might have been, well, they weren't there in real life in like, okay, I don't know a lot about them, but I think these are has something to do with Europeans taking ports from China, and they made this sort of international settlement that they do they like trade with people, and it's all the rich cities in China, but their independence is guaranteed by all these countries, so no one can just invade them. So yeah, they're like, it's not really a real life equivalent, but yeah, they're these sort of trade cities whose independence are completely guaranteed. Anyway, oh, fun. This happens every game. I don't know what causes it actually, because I looked at Afghanistan. They don't have a focus tree, which is sort of what guides what a country will do in a game. They have, well, they do, but it's a default focus tree. It's the same as a lot of the less generic countries like Nepal or whatever would have. So it doesn't. There's nothing in it that would let them do that. So I imagine it's some sort of event that the game puts in front of the AI. And since I mean, no one will play Afghanistan, I don't think. What'll happen is they'll fight for like a couple seconds and then lose this. This will go back to the Dominion of India. It's every game. I've never seen anything other than that happen. Anyway. Oh, okay. Black Monday. That's like the stock exchange crash, that like the New York Stock Exchange crash, but it was the Berlin Stock Exchange, because America didn't become like the superpower it did in real life. Well, they did pretty well economically, but they sort of remained isolated and stuff, and so Germany played a lot of the role that they did in this timeline. So it's their stock market crash that causes trouble for everyone, whereas the Americans actually had their New York Stock Exchange crash too. So it's kind of like they're having, now that this happened, they're gonna have like a double Great Depression. It's yeah, it's a bad time to be an American. And as you'll see, it's gonna get a lot worse for them in later this year, maybe next year in game. Anyway, so yeah. Oh, okay, I got canceled. There's Afghanistan. Yeah, okay. This, like I said, this war, it lasts like not a lot of time, and nothing really comes of it ever. Although I saw some strange stuff happen the last time I played, so maybe something will actually happen this time. Be kind of fun to see. Anyway. Ooh, that's... Anyway. So yeah, we're gonna go into the sort of, gonna hit me with a series of events, and eventually I'll be able to do this. We'll just wait for a sec, see what happens. Because now I can't do anything. Oh, okay. That's Poland. Poland's deal is that they're supposed to choose a king, or they were. But then they're like, they in the middle of the process, if you're playing as Poland, you'll have this event where you can just give up, because it's like your country's like in open rebellion, and so you can just give up and declare a republic instead. It's one of the more boring options because all you can do is you just begin this like liberal, moderate republic thing. Anyway, okay, so our elections are about to happen. That should be. Oh, hello. Opening of school and SDAP rally. Alright, so the Austrian Social Democrats are doing education reform. That's fun. They're opening a new academy in the 9th District of Vienna, which is, that's nice. What's going on? Yeah, alright. So yeah, they're doing education reform, and I can choose what happens with these. Yeah, alright. Let's do that. Oh no. And a radical socialist. Oh boy. I mean, that's Friedrich Alder, son of the former head of the Social Democrat Party and a radical socialist, mostly known for shooting this guy, can't say that name, I don't know how to say that name, in protest of the Weltkrieg, has denounced the SDAP as the kind of socialism that is just serving the establishment. Which, I mean, yeah, that's Social Democrats for you. I'd say that's pretty accurate of Social Democrats. Ooh. Okay. I assume that's probably our conservative party. The CS want to are inviting the Kaiser, the Emperor, on a private hunting trip. Fun. If he wants to. Oh, that's huh. Oh boy, there could be a hunting accident. Let's avoid that. Maybe don't go killing the Kaiser. No, elections aren't happening yet. Oh, the Pope died. That's tragic. Death of Pius XI. Died of a heart attack, but he wasn't doing great anyway. Oh. The heart attack was caused by the stock market crash. F. Yeah, okay. And they're gonna choose a new pope now, and that's actually a lot of fun, because some of the pope choices you can choose are pretty interesting. Although more likely than not, the Socialist Republic of Italy will probably curb stomp him at some point in the game. So it might not mean a lot. I know the time I played as SRI, I made short work of the Papal States and Kingdom of the Two Sicilies, who are like they're pals, these guys. Anyway, all right. Oh, and there's the Arabs are fighting each other. We have the Saudis, and we have the not Saudis. Wait. Yeah, so they'll fight, and they'll decide who one of them will annex the other, and they'll form either Saudi Arabia or I don't know what the other Arabia is called. And I assume they have different options of what to actually do after that, but I haven't seen a lot from that when I've played. Okay. Oh, Okay, so Ecuador just had a coup and they are now ruled by a military junta. That's fun. And Australia got their democracy back. That's nice. Well, elections, I don't know. I don't think they've done away with capitalism, so I don't know how democratic that really is. But you know, that's oh. Like, oof. Oh, the Romanians are up to no good. The Romanians are national populists, which are this timeline's version of fascists. So they're a little ominous. They're probably mad at us. We didn't actually take anything from them, but like we do have Transylvania, and I imagine they want Transylvania back. So. Oh, all right, the election. That's fun. Oh, and the Social Democrats won. That's cool. Oh, they got the 3 rows down. All right. Austria is Social Democrat. Fun. The Kaiser's still in charge though, but like we have the actual political party running the show are Social Democrats, so I don't know, expect more taxes and welfare, I guess. Oh, ooh. Pius the 12th. That's the guy they normally pick. He doesn't do anything particularly fun, honestly. Like let's look at him. He's yeah, they're just monarchy. Don't expect much from them, honestly. Ooh, we can appoint a politician. What do these guys do? Decryption. Oh, get these guys, get some political power. Oh, and got to see some fighting over here. Mockleek's gonna get they're gonna have a bad time because they got, oh darn, yeah, these guys on either side of them. Last time I watched though, these guys ended up beating them both and annexing them completely. So they were just really big, and then Russia invaded them, and so it was just Russia had also invaded these guys. So it's just this massive Russian empire. It was fun to watch, but anyway, yeah, just looking there. Oh, hello. Oh, okay, so we can, oh yeah, I guess if I want to talk about Italy, well, no, I'll do this first. Alright, so I can choose to support one of the Italian political parties, and it'll influence who gets elected. Oh, okay, so if I choose to influence them, they'll have they might see nationalist uprisings, which I've seen that happen before. That's fun. Basic, but resulting is that from the uprising is they'll go national populist, and then Venice will break away and become its own state, and we've got another country in Italy, because 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wasn't enough. Anyway, So, although, which is, let's look at their, which party is which. Social liberals, market liberals. I'm gonna go for People's Party. I hope that's the Social Democrats I'm supporting. I mean, they have some misleading names in this. Oh. Excuse me? Okay. Okay, so after the First World War, the Greeks had to give Austria control of a lot of their economy, but now the Greeks are taking it back, and it's like, it's a dick move, but also, I didn't really, I was kind of, the Austrians were kind of a dicks for taking it in the first place, so, I mean, alright, what? Whatever. I mean, come on.
Ihre Befehle?
It's we're all trying to cope. It's like they said. Probably I'll sign this automatically.
Achtung!
I don't know what to do with these guys, honestly. I'll
Befehle!
transfer them to here. Just focus on the army. Or on the main infantry army. What are we making right now? We're making tanks. My tanks. Huh. Alright. Oh, yeah. Oh. Motorized. Oh, okay. Alright, there we go. Huh. Okay. Alright, this is gonna reduce the effects of the economic depression. It won't be as bad if I do this. Huh. Alright. Okay, yeah, so we're just getting some people working that weren't working before. Yep. That will reduce the damage of the of this, which is that's hurting us pretty bad, honestly. Huh. Oh, what's going on, Siam? Oh wait, I mean that happens normally, actually. Yeah. Pretty sure Heaps guy was in charge before, anyway. I'm not sure what's going on there. I think, yeah, whatever. Okay, yeah. So Italy, I was going to tell you about that. The deal with Italy is that they collapsed in the Civil War after the end of the First World War, and the socialists, the socialists in the north, Austria created this. They're not puppet. They're not a puppet per se, but they are a very friendly and friendly state. They're probably economically dependent on us, I'd say. Doesn't say anything about that, but like, yeah, they kind of need us. We're guaranteeing their independence and all that. Uh, the the Italian monarchy fled to Sardinia, and these guys are in the Entente still. So that's what's left of the guy, our side, the side that. Well, I say our side. I'm Canadian. Whatever. Uh, the France England side. Yeah. So the Italian government is with them. Fled to Sardinia. We got the Pope decided to expand his territory a little. Just a bit. It's not what it's not the full papal states that used to exist when it was like this, but it's an improvement to the like little blip they used to be. And we have the Kingdom of the Two Sicilies. It's the last bit. They're just doing their own thing. They don't want any trouble, they're gonna be in trouble anyway because the socialists will want to invade everything. That's what the SRI, these guys, the SRI, do. They actually, it's weird. They tend to wait till the World War II started before they try to invade these guys. But I did it before, and it was just I got France and England to help me out, but it was so much less trouble than if you try to fight these guys while you're also fighting the Germans and maybe the Austrians. Anyway, yeah. So if I were these guys, I would go after these guys early. They're the easiest target. Oh, this is that. Okay, this has been happening a lot recently. Not sure what causes it. I tried playing as Russia a while back. I brought back the socialists or the Bolsheviks or whatever, and it went pretty well. Just doing it democratically. I don't know why they feel the need to do this. Oh yeah, I missed it, but the president of Russia got assassinated. He does. It's the start of every game. It's like the first event, I think, and it just sort of marks Russia has to like suddenly replace the leadership, and sometimes this happens. I don't know what It might be because they went with one of like these guys or something. It's probably one of these two branches. I don't. Well, no, it would say which one they chose. Maybe this is in advance of that. Whatever. So they've gone with some sort of military dictatorship, and I guess the socialists that were left over didn't like that. So they won't do very well. They'll hold out for like a bit, but it won't last very long. Yeah, Second Russian Civil War. It doesn't work ever. Anyway, but yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, alright, that's nothing special. You can see they're already losing ground to the... Oh, bye, I guess. Oof. Alright, I'm gonna... I'm getting kind of bored. This is more just proof to see if I could do this. Honestly, I mean, did get a small turnout. I'm gonna just call it quits now, actually. Thanks for coming out, folks. Probably gonna do this tomorrow when I have more time. I gotta sleep anyway. Sleep purposes. Yeah.